Hold on.
No, we're not holding on. It's live. But anyway, I can edit that bit out. So yeah, when I was doing that challenge today, I was getting I had some severe shakeage afterwards. I was sitting on the toilet and my legs were vibrating just because I'd literally gone way past what I was supposed to do just so I could beat you by 2 reps.
Yeah, screw you.
Yeah, that was pretty much it.
I
did mine as my warm-up.
I was so fucked afterwards. I was so busted afterwards that I didn't even train. That was it. That was training for me today. My heart rate was up at 180.
That was my warm-up for my front squats.
Simon, you were something else, mate.
I
was planning on doing mobility or anything today anyway. I wasn't planning on training properly. But, I was cooked. I could barely stand to make my lunch afterwards.
No, I definitely tapped out straight up. I looked at my watch and I saw my heart rate at 180 and I went, it hasn't been up that high in years, so it's time to stop. But yeah, I was getting some severe, so I did the first leg and I was like, man, this sucks. But then it's like when you swap. So it's like when we did the studies with the swimmers, Simon, when we did the testing, we did single leg work and they'll get would make them do the one leg and then the other leg, but they're all complaining that their leg was busted. So we should, in hindsight and what we'll do in the future is make them do the right leg first, do most of do the upper body testing and then bring them back onto the left leg so they have that time to recover. I think that'll be better for the swimming testing from this point out, mainly because I was so busted up. When I swapped legs, I was like, oh my God, my leg's cramping up already and it hasn't even done anything. But it's because it's rear foot elevated, you still get a lot of the other leg doing a little bit because it's always going to kick against the surface. You're not going to stop that unless you've got nothing for it to touch. That was what I felt anyway.
Well, yeah, I took a good, I reckon 2 minutes between legs and I still got.
I just walked around and went fuck and just jumped on the other one.
Yeah, I took 30 seconds.
I
took 30 seconds and went again on the other leg.
No, I took a couple minutes because I was that cooked. I could barely walk afterwards.
I want to see my progression over the month. I wasn't going all out.
Have we got to do that again?
Yeah, for the rest of the month.
Oh, I thought we were doing a different challenge next week.
No. April. That's
the whole April, mate.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also did deadlifts and had no sleep last night, so I think I'll be able to beat it.
Yeah. So tomorrow's push-ups. So it's a month of push-ups.
I won't be able to beat it next week. Unless Adam goes before me again and tells me what number he did, so I can absolutely just rage through it on just pure determination.
I'm just going to tell myself that I have to get 100 next week and then just see.
On each leg?
Yeah.
You're dreaming. You're drunk.
I reckon that's my goal. That's my goal for the end of the month.
You're dreaming. You're absolutely dreaming. That's ridiculous.
If I get to 100 total next week, I'll be happy. That's more reps than I do in most sessions.
Simon, did you put yours in?
Yeah, did you plug it?
Yeah, I put it up tonight. Yeah.
No, you haven't. Did you do it in the blue bar at the bottom?
Yeah, I did it.
Well, you're not.
Well, you said you got 40 and 35, then you should be 4th place.
You're not on the leaderboard.
But anyway, interesting implications for that challenge.
Oh, here we go, science.
There's a study that shows that the fatigue that accumulates in the opposite limb, even though it's not doing anything, is greater than the net fatigue that you experience in your whole body. So for example, let's say for the rear foot elevated, if I'm doing my right leg first, the fatigue that will accumulate in my left leg, even though I'm not actively using it in the same way, will be far greater than the fatigue that I experience globally throughout my body. So if you just go straight into your left leg straight afterwards, you've already pre-fatigued it without having done anything. So maybe we should put...
Have you got that study?
Let me find it. I think I have it up on my laptop.
Because if you do, screen share it and then we can read through while you're talking to us.
Mate, you can't read that fast.
Yeah, well, I'll just talk slowly then.
You need one of those apps to read it to you.
Yeah, Yeah, but Adam would have to do it because it's his screen.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it great.
Yeah. So this studies the effect of dominant first dorsal interosseous fatigue on the force production of contralateral homologous and heterologous muscle, which is super
So what does that mean,
complicated.
Adam?
So but contralateral just means opposite.
Yeah.
Look, who knows what the other words mean? But
it's good that we're reading these studies and we don't even understand the wording in the studies.
Yeah, let's just look at the abstract.
Because that's what everyone does.
Yeah, every science.
Who actually reads the full article that you have to pay for?
Yeah, exactly.
Are you going to read it out loud?
Yeah, I'm just trying to find the bit that. So
Can you
for this
highlight
one,
it?
they use what?
Can you highlight it?
Yeah, I'm trying to highlight.
It just helps with my reading, with the word jumpy stuff.
Maybe go there. So force and EMG were measured from both sides. The force and EMG of non-exercised index finger abductors and elbow flexors significantly decreased after the fatiguing protocol compared with the control.
Annika, jump in on this. You do science. You'll be able to actually understand this. Oh, are we telling people?
About what?
Are we telling people
About what?
about your
Hey,
science?
this sounds like
Oh, yeah.
you're gonna drop a pregnancy bomb or something.
Nah, that's what I
That's
was.
what I thought.
That's what I was trying to make you
I was like,
believe.
am I pregnant and I forgot?
No, Annika's doing a PhD, so she knows how to read this stuff now.
I spent all fucking day reading this shit.
Okay, just read the abstract and then tell me.
Read the title. What is it?
Stop scrolling.
Read the
Effect of
title.
dominant first dorsal interosseous fatigue on the first production of contralateral modulus and what the fuck?
Okay, so basically, it just means that if I exercise my right arm, my left arm will fatigue more than the rest of my body.
Yeah, because the same nerve pathways are fired in the contralateral side of the body. So that's why with people with strokes, if you have like left-sided hemiplegia, you do the right one as well because those pain pathways are sent down the left.
But it's also like, if you think about just basic, the training effect that you get. So like, theoretically, I could just train my right arm like heaps, but not do anything on my left. But my left will get stronger because you're training that same neural pathway.
Yeah, it's like the big thing in like rehab for like ACLs and stuff is like make sure you're still doing your opposite leg work because your other leg is going to respond to it.
Well, that's a big thing in rehab anyway. Like, if I injure my right knee, I've still got 90% of my body left. If I train that left leg, then I'll come back way stronger. Yeah,
I was talking about the direct impact. So if like you do one side quad, the other quad still grows. Like it's quite effective. And it's been shown to be like really super effective.
Reduce the atrophy.
Yeah, and even build muscle as well during the time. So obviously you're not going to grow as much, but it's quite good. Simon.
It's not an insignificant amount at all.
No, it's a good amount.
Yeah.
Thanks for making us all look dumb. Just walked in and applied it to a stroke. Just didn't even know what we're talking about.
Exactly what like the whole like training the neural pathway is the same. It's for like sports. Like if I'm teaching someone how to dribble a basketball with their right hand, they'll have transfer to their left because you're still training that neural pathway. Yeah.
There must be something to do with just hormonal as well. Like you know, like the system, like there's not going to just be direct impact on that muscle. Like it's going to spread throughout the body in terms of fatigue and stress anyway. So you're going to get a generally like whole body stress response anyway.
Yeah.
So are you still there or are you looking deeply into that gin and tonic that you poured yourself?
I'm trying to find out why I'm not on the rankings, to be honest.
Yeah, well, wait, you're not there. You didn't. Oh!
It says I'm number one.
I'm number one. Yeah, I'm number one.
Did you log it as Coach Formidable? Or
no,
yourself?
I'm Ryan Evans.
Yeah, I logged it as myself. Yeah.
So Ryan Emmenden, the current scoreboard as it stands. We've just had some updates actually. So here we go. Current scoreboard, Ryan on top, 142 reps. Take that one, Adam. Adam, 140 reps. Yes, I knew what he did and I just did extra. Yeah, I did one extra on each leg. Harry's at third. Yeah?
Harry's 131.
Yeah, he's done 131, so who knows what's going on there. Oh, Taryn Laver is at 70. Simon, what did you do?
75.
Oh, you're so happy now, are you? You're like, oh god.
No, that's what this is all about, to see how like everyone ranks against the coaches, really.
Well, I'm
that's
the
why
best.
that's why Ryan and I went hard.
I'm the best.
Hey, not everyone has a barbell where I can be like, let's do bench. Like,
oh, look at him now. Oh, I could win a bench competition. We'll get Mario to lock his score on the bench.
Yeah.
Peter's at 60, Ella's at 30, and then Christina's at 20. So that's a pretty solid effort.
I got Hayden at the gym tomorrow, so I'll get him to
have you?
something.
What, you taking him to the gym?
No, he's coming to my house.
Oh, he's coming to yours. Jesus. Can I come?
I don't know why I'm not coming up, like, on the...
You're not good enough, Simon.
Are you a part of the team?
Yeah, I'm just checking now. Strange.
Simon, have you come across any, like, cool stuff last week?
No, to be honest, I haven't had a chance to do my reading of any cool stuff. That's my goal to do this week.
Oh, Lexi's trying to join. I'll remove it. We finished Lexi. Sorry. You'll see this in the video that goes out later. We're talking. Oh, Lexi could have joined in. Oh, I should have let Lexi join in. Anyway, I've been looking at like breathing and stuff like that. So that's why I posted that Winhoff Russell Brand thing the other day, because I just find that stuff interesting.
I just posted it because it was Russell Brand.
No, I really find that stuff interesting. Like those podcasts, I haven't been listening to that many strength and conditioning podcasts lately. I still have a few in my rotation, but I listen to a lot of the Russell Brand ones, quite interesting, and a couple of other ones. Just like kind of expanding into that kind of mental emotional kind of state was a bit funky.
He does like extreme stuff with like cold water immersion as well.
Yeah. So Windhoff, for anyone who doesn't know, is a guy who has world records for running. He climbed Mount Everest with no oxygen assistance and in shorts.
Yeah,
just to let that sink in, just by this breathing technique that he's developed. So he swims under ice. Like anyone, type in Windhoff into YouTube and just see the Wim.
Isn't it Wim?
Wim Hof. Just type that in and you'll just see all this crazy stuff, man. Like he is absolutely nuts. The way he likes getting proven that he can do it as well. So like he goes out and does this stuff. He does the stuff and then he gets scientists. He does it again and gets scientists to prove him, like try and prove him wrong. So he's done all these crazy things with immune systems and stuff like that, where he's just done his breathing regulation and he can control his immune function by breathing. So that's an autonomic like response in your body. He's actually developed a way of actually being able to control it, consciously control it. So like he literally, and they've done it in controlled lab settings and everything. He's literally goes like, I don't want this to be hippie dada Lulu land. I want science to like back me up on this stuff. So he's like lies in hospitals and gets injected with like diseases and stuff. And they've obviously got the antidote because they've got to do it ethically. But he goes, look, let's do it. And he does his breathing technique and he gets only like the symptoms that you would get if you had the vaccine for it.
Yeah, right.
Like crazy amount of just crazy way of thinking and just a different way and just by breathing.
Yeah, breathwork is very powerful.
Yeah, that's kind of, I've been diving back into that. I was quite interested in it about 2 years ago and then I've moved more into just like training stuff, but now I'm kind of diving back into it quite deeply and it's quite cool.
Well, just from like a recovery standpoint as well, like getting yourself out of that sympathetic state into parasympathetic state, just doing like deep belly breathing after training will make like a huge difference for your recovery.
Just in terms of your recovery. Yeah, it's
for
quite,
like maybe just as like maybe a more applicable thing for people listening to this. Just, take a couple.
Don't try and fight the coronavirus by breathing. You're not like, don't do that. I don't know if you can do that.
Unless you're on like Wim Hof's level, which none of us are.
I don't like. Well, he hasn't tried it, so don't try it. Yeah, he said don't try it. So he said in that podcast, I think he said like, I'm not recommending anyone try this for the
especially
coronavirus because like obviously it hasn't been tested yet, and why would you? That's dumb. Just don't get it. Just do the social distancing and doing everything else that you need to do, and just kind of stay clear of it, I guess. But yeah, like as you were saying, like the implications for post-training and stuff like that they found with breathing, and even pre-training, getting yourself in a state to perform is quite powerful.
Yeah.
Good input, Simon.
Always. Like I used to do the old resisted breathing for when I was sprinting. I had a little breathing device.
Yeah, I remember you getting that out and when I ventured over to the sprint lane and wondering what the hell you're doing. Can you explain that a little bit?
So Coach McGee got me onto it a few years. Sorry, the dogs are going crazy. He got me onto it. Oi! Okay. So McGee got me onto it while I was turning from a middle distance sprinter to sprinter. I wanted to do my 50 butterfly in one breath. So I used to struggle doing it in one breath. So he found this little resisted device. So I'd practice all these deep breaths through. So what you do is you inhale and then you breathe out as hard as you can. So the idea is to try to train your lungs. Rather than just holding your breath. So the physical exertion you have to put through this built up it's like training a muscle, like the physical exertion of training a muscle. So your lungs are still kind of a muscle, so you train them that way. So I'd do it before every sprint session. I'd get there early as part of my warm-up, and I'd sit there and do deep breaths, 3 to 5 seconds.
It looked like you were sucking on a green whistle that wasn't green.
Yeah. I'll have to see if I've still got it and find it. But yeah, it definitely worked. And one breath was my 50 fly, and definitely helped.
That's sick.
Were you like an avid smoker or something? Like, how could you not do 50 butterfly in one breath?
Well, I could do it in one breath.
It's just the oxygen debt that you were getting?
It's the way up of how efficient the 50 was.
Yeah.
So it helped across like all my strokes, obviously, but as the 50 fly was the event I was targeting, like it just, And like obviously my underwater was a big part of my race. Like I was a 15-meter underwater swimmer. So every turn and dive, 15 meters, even in 200s. So it's like anything, you get to a point where you plateau and then you need to find something to push past that plateau, and that resistance breathing device was the little thing that got me over the edge.
Yeah. I remember when they used to take that whole like no breathing thing too far. Like when people started trying doing it for the 100 and they were just bombing out like at the end, just that pure oxygen debt that they were getting. And then they were saying, okay, let's try breathing let's go back to breathing 4s so you can control that air but still not get the resistance. So like that's still that process of breathing in deeply and holding the air. But your rate's so high that if you're doing it every 2, you'd probably snap your neck off.
Yeah.
But like, I remember people were trying to do it for the 100 and just dying, like 15 meters out, just dying.
Oh, there was one guy in the last few years that he managed to do it on the second 50. I can't remember who it was. It was on one of those relay swimmers.
Yeah, he used to do 4s out and then breathe 1 on the way back or something.
Yeah.
What's nuts.
Yeah.
But that would be because he's had that accumulation of oxygen, so he's not already in debt before he turns and goes off.
Yeah.
or not accumulation. He's obviously still losing, like, in a debt, but like he hasn't gone right into oxygen debt before he turns off the wall, so he can probably still hold.
Yeah. And then you obviously had the crazy altitude training masks.
Yeah, I used to have
Or,
those.
or if we're going to have a cheap plug moment, an altitude tent owned by FSC. For any of the members that might want to rent it out, I come to your house, obviously in full coronavirus gear so I don't infect you with my non-coronavirus ways, and I set it up in your bedroom and you sleep in it. I used to sleep in it. It was awesome. Anakin, you slept in it for a bit. When we were first dating, I tell you what, just as a quick tip, for any young... for any of you young lads out there or bachelors, don't get the altitude tent if you're picking up girls. It's really weird when you have to tell them you have to unzip your tent so they can get in. It's like you have to do a checklist before they enter, like, oh, are you asthmatic? Do you have respiratory issues? Do you have this? Blah, blah, blah.
Are you ready to go to 10,000 meters above sea level?
Well, that's the pickup
Is
line.
that your pickup line?
I'm going to make you as breathless as if you were at base camp of Everest was the pickup line for a while there. And until they realized, they thought it was quite funny until they actually came back and went, oh, that never happened. That never actually worked. But yeah, don't use your altitude tent if you're trying to pick up girls. I think we should probably end it now.
Yeah, probably.
I think that's a really good episode of the first ever coach talks. It kind of just impromptu like blew up in our face when we had some good information getting thrown around. So yeah, this will get posted in the support group. We'll probably do one every now and again. Is that Heidi Gann?
Yes, this is
Does
Heidi.
Does she want to make a cameo?
We're on our coaching session to the support group.
The coach
She'll
chit
say hi.
chat session.
Don't say that.
Don't what?
Nothing.
Hello,
They've
Harper.
already barked halfway through the session.
And this is Uncle Ryan.
Harper. Harper.
Just
Actually,
not
I'm going to
impressed.
finish this and then we can talk to the dog, okay? Alrighty, guys, that's enough for that today. Hope to see you around. Before we just start descending into madness about saying hello to a dog and seeing if she responds on camera. As always, stay strong, stay safe, stay connected, be formidable.